everybody, welcome. It's Timmy here. I see we got some crazy pictures on our screen. Looks like that's better now. All right, good. Hopefully we can get rid of that. Excellent. Hello, welcome. It's Timmy here with Couture. Hi, Paula. Great to see you. Thanks for joining. Those of you that are joining us live, welcome. It's great to have you here today. We are going to be doing a fun fall project using Couture, and we're going to be using our Buffalo Plaid transfer along with our Give Thanks transfer. So we're going to do a nice, cute, quick design and pull that together and check it out. So I'm excited to share some of that with you. Hey, Allie, nice to have you here. Welcome, welcome. So if we've never met before, and I know the two of you I have met, but if you're watching this on the replay, let me just introduce myself. My name is Timmy. I am an independent designer with Couture. And my passion really is helping to teach you how to create some beautiful handmade items, even when you think that maybe you're just not that kind of person. I am crafty, I guess you could say, but I am not necessarily, I think, an artist. I just really enjoy making things, and when I discovered Couture and realized just how fun and relaxing and easy it is to do, I was just super excited to be able to make some projects and share with others all the fun things you can do with it. So my goal tonight is just to kind of give you some ideas about how you can use our products, so hopefully you can get inspired to try it out for yourself and see if you can create some things that just make you happy. So that's what it's all about. It's just making you happy. One of the things that I really love about doing these live presentations is that it does give me an opportunity to interact with you. So please, please, please send me some love. Hit a heart or send me a funny face or talk to me. I love hearing what you have to say throughout the presentation. If you have some feedback or questions, feel free to go ahead and jump them in and put them in the box, and I will do my best to answer them. Also, if you know someone who you think might enjoy watching this and learning a little bit about how they can create some home decor too, please feel free to go ahead and share this video. It will be up on my Facebook page. Oh, thanks for the hearts. I love the hearts. Go ahead and feel free to share that and let people know that they can watch it later, even after we're done. So without further ado, I am going to do a couple things here to get ourselves organized. I'm gonna make sure that things are working on my page as I expected. So I'm just gonna scroll here and make sure I really am going live. Looks like I am, since I know two of you are here, so that's really good. And all right, I wanna make sure I can see your comments, so I'm gonna just give that a sec to repopulate. Facebook takes a little bit longer than I'd like, I think. Oh, all right, awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and just share this so that other people know we are here, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right, awesome. All right, so I'm going to flip this camera down, and hopefully we're going to see the surface here. I'm going to make sure we've got a good view. We've got a lot of stuff here that I want to make sure that you can see. All right. Now, I did do a little head start, and that is that I have taken our white 10-inch circle magnetic chalkboard surface, and I have already gone ahead and used our Buffalo Plaid transfer to put our first design down. And the reason for that is that I wanted to make sure that we'd have an opportunity to work on this once it's dry. And it does take a little bit of time to dry, especially when we do have some fairly large surface areas of chalk paste that need to set. If we had lots and lots of time, we could just hang out and let it dry. You can also use, by the way, a hair dryer or some other device to get things to dry a little bit quicker. But just in terms of making sure that we can move forward pretty quickly, we're going to go ahead and just use this that we've already done. But I do want to show you the transfer itself, just so you see what we've got here. And if this project goes as quickly as I think it might, if you want me to go ahead and show you what it looks like to actually do the buffalo plaid transfer on a chalkboard surface, we can. So this is, it's quite big, the buffalo print transfer. So if you're brand new to Chalk Couture, one of the things that you might not know is that our transfers are silkscreen transfers. They are reusable. They all come on a white backer sheet that you can see. This is how they're packaged when they come to you. I've obviously already used it. I just put it right back in the package again when I'm done. I'm going to open it up here just so that I can show you the fact that you can go ahead and pull it out and just pull up the transfer, and you'll see that it's got an adhesive back. So the areas that are showing white is what the chalk paste itself is going to adhere to. Now, you probably also, if you've watched me before, know that you can pretty much chalk on any surface that you have. So whether it's a wall or furniture, painted furniture, obviously our chalkboard surfaces that we have. Gosh, what else, Paula, can it go on? It can go on just about anything. Pretty much you name it, it can go on it. Now, one of the things that we haven't done too much on in terms of my live shows is using our inks. We've been focusing a lot on using our chalk paste, but with our inks, you can also use ink on our transfers. Same transfer, you don't have to change it. And the ink can be put on fabric. We actually have a beautiful banner that we just came out with that will be really great to use our inks with. You can use it on pillowcases, you can use it on even things like ceramic or glass, coffee mugs, those kinds of things. And you can heat set the ink and it will become permanent. So our chalk paste, on the other hand, is what we call semi-permanent, which means that when you apply the chalk paste to the surface that you're working on, it goes on wet, and you'll see that when we do it in a minute. And it dries hard, really, really super hard. Yeah, oh, Paula, great idea. Right, pillows, napkins, that's definitely a good one as well. So when you use our chalk paste, as I said, it dries hard, and you can really rub it, and it is not going to come apart. It's not going to rub off on your hands. I got no orange on my hands after rubbing on it. But if you do want to reuse this surface, you can go ahead and take one of our board erasers and wipe it away, and that will take off any of the chalk paste that you had. So as you see, I had a little extra that came on the back side. So you can see how it's just going to lift up those little mistakey goobies on the back, like my terminology or my little mistakey goobies. These board erasers are awesome, and you can definitely pick them up in my shop if you like having a good quick surface to clean up your chalkboards with. Really inexpensive, and they are definitely awesome. So you can see, you can wipe it away and then reuse your surface. So that's one of the things that really attracted me, I have to say, about Chalk Couture, is that I was able to get a nice chalkboard surface that I could just reuse over and over again. So as a new design came up or caught my attention or a holiday was coming, I could just go ahead and decide to erase my surface and add a new as I go. So there's lots of cool designs that we have, and it's sometimes hard on my lives to figure out which ones we're actually going to do. So without further ado, let's talk about the one we're actually going to do. So we used this buffalo print already, so I'm just going to put this off to the side because we don't need it right now, and if we decide later we want to do another project so that you can see how that buffalo print works, we absolutely can. The surface or the transfer that we're going to use this afternoon, or this evening, oh my goodness, what time is it? This is called our Give Thanks transfer. So you see it says in all things, give thanks. And we've got a couple of cute little leaves and some florals. And that's going to, I think, work really nice on our surface here. So this is our Give Thanks transfer. As I said, it is $14.99. And it is available in my shop, which you can get to at chalkcouture.com/Timmy. And I can put that in the comments later. And when you first take your transfer out, one of the things that we recommend is that if you want to put it back onto the backer sheet when you're done, to just go ahead and write the word back on the back side, so that when we go to pull it off, we will know which side to re-adhere this transfer to. So it's just a way for you to make sure that you keep your transfers ready to use over and over again. The company does tell us that about 8 to 12 times you can expect to use your transfer, and that's pretty much true. Depending, if you're really good and taking good use of your transfer, you might even get a little bit more use out of it. So definitely worthwhile to take good care of your transfer. So, and one of the things is to make sure that you're putting your transfer back down on the right side. So how you remember that is writing on the back. If you forget to write on the back, then what you want to do is just want to pay attention to putting it back down on the glossy side. So it's a little glossier on this side than on this one, and that's where you want the sticky part to go back. Now, since this is a brand new transfer and we are covering it over an area that we have already pasted, one of the things that I like to do is what we call fuzz our transfer. So I'm just going to grab a towel here that I have handy, and I'm going to take my transfer. I'm going to peel it off the backer sheet. Try to make sure that you don't let it stick to itself. That's usually difficult. Sometimes peel it apart, and then you don't want to stretch or ruin your transfer. So you can see I'm just going to spread this out and give it a little bit of a fuzz. And what it does is it just removes some of the excess stickiness, so that when we do put it back down on our board, we are going to make sure that it doesn't adhere so much that it is difficult to pull it back up. So depending on the towel you have, this is a pretty good one. It's got some nice fuzz. I'm going to do it just one more time here, just to make sure we've got a good fuzz factor going on. I'm going to put this aside. Yes, Allie, I do love this transfer too. I think you're right. It's awesome for Thanksgiving. Can you tell I'm in the fall mood? Last week I did polka dots and our cute little fall banner. If you hadn't had a chance to see that, that was really fun on some burlap banners that I found. I did polka dot print. So very similar to our buffalo plaid, except it's obviously not. I did orange too then. My goodness, I'm definitely in the fall mood. But this is just, this could definitely be perfect for the fall and for Thanksgiving. I'm with you. All right, so we are pretty well fuzzed. And I'm just going to put this aside here because we don't need it at the moment. And I generally tend to work better when I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to do it in my direction here. So we just want to lay this down over where we want this to go. Since we have already put on the transfer with the buffalo plaid, it's going to be pretty easy to see where it's going to fill in and fit. Now, the hard choice, colors, right? So there's so many great colors for fall. So what I was thinking was that maybe we'd use our garden herb green for the words. And I'd use some yellow and some red for our leaves. What do you think? Think that'll work? All right, we're gonna give it a whirl. Let's go ahead and start with our green. This is called Garden Herb. Look at that, I was right. This is one of the new colors that came out in our fall line. Now notice when I open it, there is a little bit of color separation. That is perfectly normal. Each of our chalk pastes are made from pigments, and depending on the pigment that's used, sometimes the chalk paste can be either thicker or thinner, and it might separate a little. So you want to make sure that each and every time you open up a chalk paste, you just go ahead and give it a really good stir. If you've got some excess on the outside, go ahead and pull that in and get it nice and stirred. Now we do have a great new multi-tool, but I don't have handy. I think it's hiding somewhere in my desk. That's a great tool to use for a stir, or I'm using some of these little cosmetic stirrers I found. But basically you want your chalk paste to be the consistency of kind of like yogurt. So if it's too thin, which isn't often, but occasionally will happen, if it's too thin, then you can just leave it out in the air for a little bit and it'll thicken up. If it's too thick, you can just add a couple of squirts of water to it, and then we can stir it, and that should take care of it as well. All right, so since I'm working out my desk here, I've got a little extra stickiness. I think I'm going to pull my cloth here nearby, just so that instead of sticking to my desk, it'll stick a little bit more to my cloth here. A little bit easier to pull up later. Usually when I work, I'm working at my kitchen table or my dining room table, but when I do my lives, I find it's a little bit easier to do here at my desk. So Paula, what did you buy 4 of? These great little boards or the transfer? What'd you buy? I love these all. I know it's so hard to decide, like I said, which transfers to get because there's so many great ones and there's so many awesome color choices too. All right, so we've stirred this. Now I am going to go ahead and start with getting my words done. And what's really great about this is, you know, you can really make it suit your own style. So choose the colors that you like. Choose the combinations that work for you in your house, in your decor. You don't have to be stuck with one certain way. You can make it yours. I just did a wedding gift for my daughter, who, my daughter's not getting married, but she's going to a wedding, and asked for me to make a gift, and she asked me to customize it in the bride's colors. So you can definitely make some really great gifts, as well as decor that is perfect for your tastes and your home. Chalk Couture gives us lots of opportunities to do that. All right, so I'm just going to be careful here going around the letters so that I don't get my flowers in there yet. Now, one of the cool things about Chalk Couture and these transfers as well is that you don't have to do the whole design all at once. And as a matter of fact, sometimes it's easier if you don't. What I mean by that is you can work on one area at a time and scoop up the extra, as you see me doing here. I can pull up the transfer and then carefully just lay it back down when I'm ready to do the next color. So that makes it certain that you're not going to have your chalk paste dry on your transfer and then make it difficult for you to pull it up off of your transfer. All right, so I'm going to do just that because I think this is going to be easiest to illustrate, and then we can really pay attention and focus on our words. So when you pull up your transfer, just do it gently, especially when you already have a different chalk paste layer underneath. So just nice and slow, take your time, hold down your board, and there we go. In all things, give thanks. So we've got that part set. And it looks like I missed a little bit of that eye at the top. So we can definitely overlay this. Oh, Allie, you like that serving tray, huh? That was so fun to do. I was so happy that Keely asked me to help her with it. It was a lot of fun. Oh, the new mixing tool, Paula. That's what you bought 4 of. Yeah, they're pretty awesome, and they're great for getting in little crevices and some of the detail work too, which I like. So it's super smart to get multiple. All right, so while I'm letting that dry just a tad, I want to open up my red and my yellow and get those, make sure that they're stirred and ready. It's been a while since I've used these, so I want to make sure that they are all set to go. My yellow looks pretty good. So he'll be pretty easy to put on, I think. I couldn't decide. I had like 5 colors here before we started trying to decide which ones I was going to use for tonight. And this red, now see, notice he looks a little bit thicker. And I definitely have noticed in the, oh yeah, he's very thick. See, very thick. It's almost at the end of his jar as well. So as I said, we're just gonna grab some water and give a couple squirts. You might need a little bit more than normal because he's pretty thick. But as you can see, it definitely does reconstitute. This is, as I said, kind of the end of the jar too. But it doesn't mean it's time to get rid of it. Paste will go still a really long way. So don't give up on it. Just add a little bit of water and keep stirring till it gets to the consistency you want it to be at. All right, it's coming together just perfect, I think. Now you could wash your transfer in between if you want, but it's not going to hurt it to set it back down. And we only have a few small places to play with, so I think we'll be all right. So we have our yellow and our red ready to go. I am going to get my mocha out. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do with this, but I think I am going to grab my mocha as well, which is this lovely brown color. And I'm going to give that a stir too, because I think I might use that for the little stems. All right, we are ready. Notice I got a little blob of the red here. There we go. Perfect. So we're just going to lay this right back down. I know, I do love that red. Isn't it awesome? The new red we have out, it's called, I believe, I have it over on my desk over there. I want to say it's candy apple red. It's very similar to the red that you see here. We just have updated some of our colors and some of the formulas. They work even better. So those are the ones that you can get today. So you can see I can just lay this right over where it was. That way I can press down on the areas that we're going to do. And it shouldn't bother the other area. All right, let's start with yellow. And this is just a little area, so I'm going to go ahead and squeegee off some of that, save as much as I can. Now this is a piece of one of our small squeegees. I find that I like to have a little bit more control, so I control control. I like to cut my small squeegees in sometimes thirds or even quarters. So that's what I did with this to get it a little bit smaller so I can get into some of those spaces. Or you could certainly also use the multi-tool like Paula was talking about. That's a great little tool to have as well. Just make sure you're able to put on the chalk paste nice and smooth. And then just put your excess back in your jar. And let's get out this brown. So we got one more here. Sorry, I'm not supposed to be crossing over. I keep forgetting that I should have these things in front of me and not, or on the side of me instead of not in front of me. All right, and the last little guy. And if I want to fix that little bit of green, we could definitely do that. Remember, I didn't get all the way up to the top there of that eye. So we could definitely fix that before we lift it back up. So let me grab my, where's my brown? There it is. I'm going to grab a new green here and just, here we go. Yep, I see it now where I totally missed it. Or now I missed it the last time. And that's it. Pull up. And voila. So the yellow didn't come out, I think, as vibrant as I might like against that orange. So we could definitely go over that in a different color if we wanted to give it a little bit more pop. But there we go. We are completed with our In All Things Give Thanks. So we can add a pretty ribbon. I have a nice orange ribbon here that we could do and put it on a bow. Or your chalkboard surface also does come with a really nice little burlap ribbon too that you can use. So either is fine. The other thing, keep in mind, remember, it's two-sided. So if you wanted to have one side for your fall and maybe have a nice little design for Halloween or Christmas on the other side, you definitely can. This would look great. The buffalo print, the plaid in red as well, also works really well on our black surface with the red chalk paste, because then it would be really popping. That would be great. So that's it. That's a really quick and easy project. Like I said, buffalo print first, and then our give thanks transfer on top, and you can color code it to the way that works best for you. So I hope that you enjoyed this quick live tonight. It was great to have you here. Certainly feel free to subscribe to my live so that you'll know when I'm coming on again. I do try to stick to Wednesday nights when I can. Some days it's possible, some days it's not. Some weeks certainly. And actually next week I won't be in town, so I will be trying to come to you a little bit earlier. So keep an eye out for me early next week, maybe on Monday. But I'll put a note on my page. And if you want some information about this bundle, I will put some information in my VIP group. If you're not a member of my VIP group and you'd like to be, just let me know. That's where I promote product specials that I have and VIP only discounts. So we can't put them on our regular business page, only in our special VIP group. So if you're interested in any of that, just let me know. And you go ahead and comment join if you want. Write in the comments and I'll be sure to add you. So I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.